Hello, everyone. Herschel Greenberg back again to give you another negotiations update. We met with the district team on Friday, May 15th. This is a good one. I hope you are sitting down to listen to the following update. The district finally responded to Article 14 class size. The FA gave this proposal back on February 3rd. As a very quick reminder, I want to make sure you all understand what it was that we originally proposed. We had proposed that the class size be limited between 1 to 35 students per section. Any class already within those parameters would remain at its current number, while any section with more than 35 students would be brought down to 35 students. So, for example, if you teach English C1001, which is currently capped at 25 students, your cap would remain at 25 students. One of the things the FA knows for a fact is that smaller class sizes increases student success, which is a vital part of our rationale in the proposal. There are some classes that have what we're going to call runaway class sizes. We've heard of some classes with 54 students. Under our proposal, that number would come down to 35. The district responded with the following. So let me make sure that you understand what the district is stating and you'll understand why there's outrage. Your class would become relabeled a very specific type of class, and based on that type of class would determine your class size. So, for example, if you are now classified as a lecture discussion course, your new class size would be 46. It doesn't matter if you're at 30 right now. If you're a lecture discussion class, your new class size is 46. If you are an extensive writing class, that would be an English class, for example, your new class size is 36. So, for example, I often teach critical thinking. My class size is 25. Under the district's proposal, the new class size would be 36, an increase of 11 students. Think about that for a second. The district is proposing that I have an additional 11 students. And for some of you, that might be an additional 16 students, depending upon what you teach. This was a little shocking. So I made sure to reach out to the district leads to truly verify that their intent was to increase the cap size of everyone's class. And they said yes. They're doing this by removing the class size committee, where now everything will go through the vice president. This is a play on not only increasing the class size, but also increasing a savings to the district. Think about it. If every single professor has 16 extra students, that is significantly less sections of the class that need to be offered, and therefore saving the money that they would have to spend on finding a professor to teach that class. This is a complete opposite of what we proposed. The district is not taking into consideration how our proposal would benefit students and bring down the class size to those professors who are already struggling with very, very high numbers. Needless to say, this is not what we expected. And if you feel like we feel and you're angry by having your class size go up, then please come out to the next board meeting, which is set for Wednesday, June 24th. The time will be determined. I believe the board needs to hear what the district proposed. I do not know if they're aware of this proposal. They need to know how increasing the class sizes dramatically changes the working conditions of professors and the learning conditions for students. They need to know that that was not the intent of the FA's proposal, and the district has taken this in a completely new and radical direction that doesn't seem to be at all in alignment with the college's mission of providing care for students and their employees. There were other things that we talked about and proposed, but the Article 14 class size was the most important one for me to update you on. Just a few other very, very quick notes. We are still discussing Article 16, which is sabbaticals. There's a few areas where we do not have an agreement yet. We also are still working on Article 5, the rights of association and the members. There's two areas where we do not have agreement, but we are getting close to having that one resolved. Finally, the FA did bring back as an amendment the parity package. There were a few unintended consequences in that document. That was the one where it was Article 7, Article 10, and appendices all in one large parity package. And we found some unintended consequences that need to be fixed. And we did propose that back. And the district said thank you and took the proposal. It doesn't change any of their dollar amount calculations, so it doesn't change the work they've already been doing to respond to us. It just clarified and fixed unintended consequences. All right, the next time we negotiate is actually on Friday, May 22nd, and then we will negotiate again on Friday, May 29th. So we have 3 in a row. So there's going to be rapid fire proposals and responses going back and forth. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time.